Now we want to move to Bowling Green and the first ever disclosure about what was found in that major FBI search during the Crystal Rogers investigation 4 years ago. And it came from the defense side. Women's clothing and underwear discovered under concrete at a home under construction where Brooks Houck was working in 2021. WHAS 11's Alexandra Goldberg and photojournalist Aspen Hester had these new details.
Ending the week with only 2 final witnesses for the defense for Brooks Houck and Joseph Lawson have rested their case. Thursday marks 10 years since Crystal Rogers vanished. The defense leaving the jury over the holiday weekend with their argument. There's no evidence that Houck or Lawson had anything to do with it. Former detective and police expert Denver Butler testifies about one discovery from 2021. Investigators found a pair of women's underwear underneath a driveway in the Woodlawn Springs subdivision. That's where Houck's company has constructed several homes. But it came back from DNA testing with no DNA profile, no evidence connecting it to Crystal Rogers. The former detective also testifying that there's no trace evidence in Houck's home, his truck, nor his brother Nick's police cruiser. And there's no evidence to be found in multiple searches across the Houck family farm. Quote, the theory is that she was murdered there. And in my experience with homicide cases is that homicides leave trace evidence. He says like bodily fluids or blood. Special prosecutor Shane Young asking, quote, is it possible to kill someone without leaving bodily fluids? The witness answers, yes. But in the case of Crystal Rogers, quote, I think anything is possible, but it's highly unlikely. Another witness testifying that investigators used coercive tactics to gather information. Cognitive psychologist Jeffrey Neuschatz giving an example. He says in an interview Kentucky State Police conducted with the former Houck employee Charlie Girdley, investigators touched Girdley's shoulders and knees 50 times, saying this is wrong because investigators aren't supposed to act like a friend. Girdley testified for the prosecution earlier in the trial that Joseph Lawson told him he would, quote, pull her teeth and the hogs would do the rest. Neuschatz continues, saying statements made by investigators to Girdley like, we can do a lot to help you, we want you on our team, aren't acceptable. Quote, they lead people to give statements that are in line with what they're being asked to do instead of what's accurate. Both defense counsels filed a motion for directed verdict, asking Judge Charles Sims to acquit the 2 men on trial based on lack of proof. Both motions were denied. Now the case moves to the jury to decide. In Bowling Green, Alexandra Goldberg, WHAS 11 on your side.
Also new tonight at 9 during our 30-minute special report, we asked WHAS 11 News legal analyst, Louisville attorney Nick Mudd, why the defense would call this expert and reveal the content of the searches that no one had previously known about.
I think on initial, when you first hear it about women's clothing, panties found in concrete that was, mixed up down and below a driveway. That being said, Doug, I think the defense here is saying, look, we're trying to show the prosecutors and law enforcement dug and dug and dug and dug, so much in fact that they dug up a driveway. They went and busted up a concrete, spent all this money, all these millions of dollars, and still there's not a single piece of physical evidence linking this case to Brooks Houck.
Nick Mudd, also a former prosecutor here in Louisville. He served in the Violent Crimes Division. Be sure to tune in after this newscast. Our special is going to air again on the WHAS 11 Plus app. That's how you watch it. It is on the app, and it's free to download. We break down exactly what happened in the courtroom today. Plus, Nick Mudd and I will be answering actually some of your most pressing questions that some of you sent to us today. Download the free WHAS 11 Plus app on your TV and watch it right there for free.